You would think that were I offered the chance to get back in front of the silver screen as opposed to watching films at home in my dressing gown, I would bite your hand off. After all, the best place to see a film is at the cinema, preferably an IMAX screening, but I can rough it in a normal cinema should the need arise or the film star James Corden. There's just something about the fact that the film can't be paused, the lack of distractions, the way you can be drawn in a way that even the biggest plasma in your living room can't even begin to compete with. So, when on the 16th of June, Cineworld announced they would be reopening in England on the 10th of July, you would imagine that my unlimited card could not leave my wallet fast enough.
Just sing.
And you would be very, very wrong.
Stop that. You're not going into a song while I'm here. No, listen, lad.
For a start, I know that it's standard practice to act like the rest of the United Kingdom doesn't exist, but if you're reopening amongst the war-torn mud huts that exist outside the protective ring of the M25, surely Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland are deserving of whatever the film you're going to be showing? Yeah, despite the fact that Cineworld has an if you open it they will come mentality, as far as I can puzzle out, on the 10th of July, there's nothing to show. Nothing new anyway. The first big release, at time of recording, is Mulan on the 24th of July, so for 2 weeks Cineworld will be showing what? Endgame? Ghostbusters? Artemis Fowl? Cats? Oh, I know, what about Contagion? That's selling really well at the moment. I mean, they are opening a week after View, yet that's nothing to celebrate. If anything, it's even worse. But even leaving aside the question of what are we going to see, the fact that it's going to be legal for me to sit in a darkened room and amongst strangers with recirculated air for 2 hours before I can have a Sunday roast at my mum's, their hygiene plans are simply unenforceable. I mean, you've got the basics, hand sanitizer everywhere, e-tickets being the new hotness, contactless payment, blah blah blah, staggered film times to reduce customers crossing paths and stop any build-up of crowds in the foyer, whatever that means, fewer screenings of The Room.
Oh, hi Mark.
The 2003 version, not the 2019 one. But my personal favourite is this. Updated seating maps which will allow friends and family to sit together while also allowing a safe distance between customers from different households. What the living film does that mean? So, the wife and I booked 2 seats, and all the seats in a 2 metre radius around us get blocked out? Will that be 1 or 2 seats in every direction around us? And how are you going to enforce this? I've worked in jobs with reserved seating. The system holds until some bozo decides that another seat is better than the actual one they've paid for, so what happens when they move? Is some poor student on £7 to £9 an hour going to come bursting in dressed like a UN weapons inspector demanding that they move? Also, what happens when someone inevitably needs the loo, or comes in late? Is the entire row going to have to move? Actually, Cineworld's bringing a non-admittance/refund policy for latecomers. They would have my support for forever and a day. It's not that I don't want cinemas to reopen. I do, desperately. I'm just not convinced that this is the way to do it, and I accept that there will be dead space until we've had 3 or 4 releases over a few weeks/months, but pick a blockbuster and reopen the day before that. Don't reopen on some random day when you've got nothing new to show, because my beloved and treasured unlimited card is staying in my pocket because this just smacks of, we can open, so we are going to open. Surely the fact that you can only operate in a quarter of the UK might just be a hint to hold fire. I mean, a quick poll of my friends and family has revealed hardly anyone wants to go near a cinema, let alone in one, and my friends, obviously, tend to be more film-centric than most people. For my own part, if the film in question has a digital option, I'll be taking that until something changes, but if I don't have the choice, I'll see what I'm feeling like. Unless it's No Time to Die. I'm there opening night no matter what. Also, since the Cineworld at the O2 is closed, I'd have to go to West India Quay, a lovely cinema in an amazing area that I always feel judges me slightly for. If I'm not going to do some indie think piece as opposed to the latest blockbuster. I mean, it did screen a black and white version of Mad Max Fury Road one time though, which was awesome.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
But what do you guys think? Are you going to the cinemas when they reopen, or are you going to hold fire for a bit? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, it's been a donkey. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.